Hey, Coach.
Chris.
Nice win tonight.
Thank you.
Talk about the atmosphere being back at Staples Center in a close game like this, and of course the performance of NECA and what she's able to do tonight after being out for so long.
Yeah, I mean, like I think we were talking either earlier or yesterday, our fans have been, the most consistent fan base since this league started, to be honest. Just being here night in and night out. And, especially as we still navigate, how to bring people together during this, this pandemic, for these people to make the choice to come out and support us tonight and bring energy and bring noise. Like, I didn't play, but I do think our players felt and appreciated, the fans, tonight, and just being in this building. Like it's a different kind of stage, and I think you feel more like, you're in the big time when you're in this building. And so, we're fortunate to get this win. Indiana's been playing good basketball going into the break and did a lot of good things that caused us some problems tonight that, we'll have to correct, when we see them in Indianapolis. But, for now, we'll take the win.
Hey, Coach. We got a little bit of a boost tonight from your bench, specifically Nia and Taya, especially in that third quarter. Things weren't quite flowing offensively so much.
Yeah.
Those are two players that earlier in the season, they were starters at times. Now, they've got some bodies back. Do you kind of see, players' roles being defined a little bit more than they were then, and, kind of have a nice solid bench there?
Yeah, I mean, I think, although we took some lumps on the chin that first part of the season, we felt like the experiences that Nia, Taya, even Lauren over the last those couple of weeks before the break, and Rella, Carly, all of our players, like those minutes are invaluable. So we like the ability to have our starting group, but then to be able to have Nia, Taya. When Shanae returns soon, we'll figure out that she started, that she not. But that's a really strong 8 players that we feel like can play with anybody. And then we still have some young players that are developing that, Lauren did some good things, even though she did convert some baskets, but her size, her length, her IQ, she has a good feel. So, to what you mentioned, the start in that third quarter, I thought Nia and Taya's just defensive activity and toughness, changed the complexion of the game, to be honest. And while we're trying to figure out what the right amount of minutes are for different people, we're going to need everybody ready to do whatever it takes to win, and worry about how nice it looks at a later date. Yeah, no, I think Brittany, is a player that most of the time gets noticed for athletic plays that she makes. Blocks a shot. She gets a lot of steals. She does things defensively that I think really wowed the crowd. But for her to get to a point in her career where she scored 1,500 points, it starts to become that symbol that you've been in this league for a little bit and you're continuing to perform at a level that that lets people know, like, I do this, like, this is real. And I think she has a really high ceiling and a lot of room to grow over these next couple of years. We've been really, really grateful for her presence, starting last year in the bubble. And, we think she has a chance to be not just good, but great. And so she's working hard at it. Amanda, we ran her all the way in the ground, before going into the Olympic break. We just didn't have any other size. And, I thought tonight's game, even though she picked up, you know, a couple fouls and we had to go away from her for a brief few moments, but I even think, you know, the amount of minutes that she played, having NECA back, you know, being able to move Lauren Cox into the lineup for a few minutes, like Amanda can really play hard and be fresh. And so for her to impact the game the way that she did tonight in 22 minutes, like, you know, maybe the plus minus isn't that high every time, but she surely does positively impact us when she's on the court.
Having, basically, you know, obviously the first game you had, but just from observing out there, what was the thing that you think you want to clean up?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just in that third quarter, like we offensively just kind of stalled out. You know, kind of we got a little frustrated that the offense wasn't coming as easy as it did in the first half, and we're just kind of searching for how to find the basket. And so that to me and for us, you know, that's where we have to continue to really improve and get better. You know, night in and night out, we're holding teams to less than 80 points, you know, and Indiana scored 70 tonight. So, you know, if we can figure out a way to score the basketball, you know, more consistently, I think we have a chance to be really, really good. So, you know, that's timing, that's execution. You know, Christy didn't make some shots that she's capable of making. And, you know, just offensively continuing to find, you know, the way we're going to play now with NECA back on the court, Christy back on the court, you know, what the rotation is going to be. So we'll get there. Overall, percentage wasn't terrible, but we can't have a quarter where we scored 10 points. I don't care who you're playing against. So we have to clean that up offensively for sure.
John Davis, insider. Congrats on the win, coach.
Thank you, John.
I've often wondered this in this game, and think of this in particular. How much energy does it take for you to be advocating for your players when you feel like they're not getting the calls that they deserve in the game?
A lot. And you know, to be honest, sometimes you know, I should be thinking about something strategic at that moment, but I can't, you know, allow certain plays and a certain pattern to continue. And so, you know, I think especially at this point in where we are, I just, you know, I just think a lot of people don't respect who we are and what we're doing right now. That's just to keep it real. Whether it's, you know, nobody being on the ballot for All-Star, you know, whether it's different players on, you know, NECA's Olympic situation, like there's just a lot of, you know, nobody really is worried about us right now. And that's fine. We just have to play through all of it. And, you know, the lesson for me and for our players is, you know, not allow those external, whether it's noise or things that can pull your focus away from like what's right in front of you. You know, we're going to have to be able to do that. And it's not easy, you know, I think to the point of your question, but we're going to have to find a way to play through it all. And, you know, demand that people respect us essentially, but, you know, we'll have to play in a way that creates that environment.
Thank you.
Is that as motivation or is it something you're trying to block out? How do you feel about that as coach?
Yeah, no, I it's a little bit of both. I think for me, you know, it can serve as, you know, a thing to use at the appropriate time. But I think, you know, the message for our players is, you know, they have to allow me to fight those battles, you know, during the game. You know, at different points, they have to stay focused on playing basketball against the best players in the world. There's no time for them to get caught up in some of those conversations. But, you know, because of where we are, that's what comes with it, right? So that's why you try to convince players that winning is more important than anything else. Because if you don't win and, you know, your record says this, that's how people see you. So, you know, we're in control of changing that perception and the way, you know, we're being viewed and or treated or mistreated. That's on us. And, you know, that's fine. We can't control what other people think.
Time for one more? You good?
Yeah.
One more?
Derek, I had a follow-up on that first one. How did you, what would just give your thoughts on Mecca tonight and what she did, especially after not playing for those 2 months?
Yeah, no, I mean, for her, that was rusty. Right? I mean, it didn't really look that way very much. You know, there were, you know, some plays that, you know, she caught the ball in the paint. You know, she could have gone up to finish. She was trying to kind of figure out what to do from there, but I don't know, man. You tell me the last time a player of her caliber played 31 minutes and as many times as she caught the ball in the paint going towards the basket and didn't get to the free throw line at all. So that, you know, that even though she still did some great things, 12 points and 7 rebounds, like there were some of those defensive possessions where like how quickly she went up to rebound the ball, outlet it, and us getting down the court, like for me, that looked and felt good. But she's unlike many players that I've seen. Her ability to continue to kind of push through adverse situations. And like she kind of said last week, or maybe a week and a half ago now, just feeling undervalued. You know, like when I look at 0 for 0 from the free throw line, I feel like that pattern is continuing. So again, only way for us to change it is to try and be as successful as we possibly can be. That usually changes the way those things go.